Hi everybody, I'm Sonia Choquette. Thanks for tuning into my channel. And today we're going to talk about something that I think could be very empowering for you. Even if you know a little bit about the chakras, and most people do by now, or at least most people that would show up here. But the throat chakra is actually more than just about speaking your truth. So before I get into the story and share with you some really exciting information, if you're new to my channel and you haven't already subscribed, please push the subscribe button and tune in for a while. I think you might find it interesting, empowering, exciting, life-changing at the minimum. So let's go back to the throat chakra. Now the throat chakra is right here. This is an energy and power center. And when it's open and balanced, you not only are able to express what's authentically in your heart and what is genuinely true for you, but you also have the capacity, and this is a big thing, to hear and tune in accurately to vibration in what you're hearing from other people. So it's not just your own voice that you're tuning into when your heart chakra is balanced. You can hear, not through necessarily words or language, but through vibration. You hear what someone is actually trying to say. Because, you know, the truth is that people aren't that good with their words. And often our words just drop down from our head and it's just a bunch of talking voices. But when your throat chakra is open, you're listening for a deeper meaning. Not just what people are saying, but what they mean. The other advantage of an open throat chakra, there's quite a few. A second advantage is that you can tell if someone isn't telling the truth. And more interesting, why? Because if we just realize someone isn't telling the truth and we make it all about ourselves and they're being deceitful with us, you might be missing something. Because often when people aren't telling the truth, they're not aware of it themselves. And that's a blind spot. So sometimes if we hear what isn't true and we take it personally, we become very reactive. And if a person who isn't expressing their truth is unaware of it, they're going to think you're nuts. And this is the basis for a lot of miscommunication, a lot of arguments, a lot of fights, a lot of not getting one another. So it empowers you when your throat chakra is open. It empowers you to understand what someone is communicating, and even more interestingly, why. So if they're not communicating their truth, it might be that they're truly stuck in their heads and they don't even know their truth. When your throat chakra is open, the other thing that's really empowering is that this is a huge power center for intuition. It's your heart, your throat, your ears, your third eye. It's like two triangles through here. And when the throat chakra is open, consider it the chimney of the heart. And that it bridges head and heart and makes friends between the left brain and the right brain. It makes friends between ego and spirit. It creates harmony so you're not fighting with yourself. Today I was speaking with a client who really had a closed throat chakra. She was so stuck in her head. And here's a clear example of what a closed throat chakra is I'm trying to figure it out, trying. Can't figure it out, I can't figure it out. It's because you can't, this throat chakra closed is blocking your ability to hear your own heart. So we'll get to how to open it in a moment, but I want you to recognize the symptoms and the benefits. When the throat chakra is open, the biggest benefit is you hear inner guidance. And you don't hear it in words. You hear it in vibration. You hear it in feeling. You hear it because when the throat chakra is open, it starts to merge with the heart. So you have this whole centered, grounded, authentic feeling. So let me give you some symptoms of when it's closed. When it's closed, all you hear is noisy noise in your head. The voices in your head, and they're usually not very nice. They're critical, they're harsh, they're insecure, they're second guessing, they're competitive, they're jealous. And that's just the top notes. I mean, they can be deviant, they can be misleading, they could be argumentative. So it's a tormented place to have your throat chakra closed because imagine that this is a cork, and if it's all corked up, it pushes you up into your head and into the ego conversation. And that's fight and flight and freeze and figure out, and round we go on the merry-go-round. So that's one symptom of a throat chakra that's closed. The second is that you don't actually authentically express yourself. You might be a people pleaser, you might be shut down, you might be passive aggressive, say one thing to get approval in the moment and then do the backstabbing or the gossiping or the complaining the minute you're away because you're compelled to try to find some reconciliation between this incongruency of what you're saying and how you feel. You might certainly anxiety, because anxiety is just too much figuring out, trying to control the future that you can't. And the other thing about the closed throat chakra that I think is really significant, not tuned into your intuition at all. So you ask a lot of other people's input, so you invite outsiders to control you. And then of course you have to set up the fight with them because you don't want to be controlled. So you set up battles. So you're battling with your own head and heart. You're battling with other people's egos. You're battling with the general noise of the universe. So it leaves you exhausted. So if you're exhausted, a surprise is that you may have a throat chakra that's really closed and it's sort of like plugged up, and it's just causing a lot of backup. And you know, another symptom of a closed throat chakra is that you get woken up in the night. Do you wake up wide awake 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and you don't even know why, and you have anxiety and dread? And that is the throat and heart chakra battling. The head and heart and the throat is blocked. And so one of the ways in which to clear the throat chakra, that's very simple, is to notice and understand what blocks it. And what blocks it, what clogs it up, what shuts it down, is fear. So to clear the throat chakra, you have to acknowledge your emotions. You don't have to even do anything about them. You don't have to change them. You don't have to improve them. Just acknowledge them. So you start with, what are you afraid of? What are you angry about? What are you resentful over? And it helps, you can write it down. That is one way. But ultimately, expressing it is very valuable. What are you bitter about? What are you jealous of? And just name it without reacting. You don't have to run the emotion through you in your nervous system. Just, you know what? I'm really insecure and I'm comparing myself to others and feeling like I don't measure up. I am resentful that I didn't get the position I wanted, and I didn't get the job I asked for, or I didn't get the attention or the appreciation I expected. Just expressing those things. And here's a way to do it. Go for a walk. Because if you're moving, you get that energy uncorked and it starts moving. And then every few minutes, you might stop and say, I'm in my body, I'm on a walk, I'm here right now, I'm safe, I'm alive, I'm okay. So you're emptying all this blocked emotion, and then you do kind of what I call a vibe check and a grounding moment where this is where I am right now. Now, another way to uncork and heal the throat chakra that's blocked is to sing. So I recommend creating a playlist that starts off maybe with songs that express your frustrations, your bitterness, your sadness, your abandonment, or whatever is going on. But let it gradually evolve. So you start there, but each song starts getting better until you're at the end of your, say, 6 to 10 song playlist. And that's a pretty long time. That's an hour's worth of playlist. So you can have a short version and a long version, but at the end, have a happy song that represents and allows you to express you at your best, your happiest, your most joyful, carefree. Can even be children's songs, you know, zippity-doo-dah, is whatever. It really does speak to the throat chakra to sing. It relaxes. And the songs that speak to your heart relax the throat, because the interesting thing is the throat chakra and the heart chakra are partners. So when the heart is defended, the throat closes down and you get pushed up in your head and you're really trapped in a bad neighborhood. That's what I call being in your head. Bad neighborhood. Nothing good's going to come there. It's not safe. So the other thing you can do is hum. And you can feel it. And try to hum here. Like put your hand here. And feel that and go up and down. And that loosens the energy and begins to express and begins to expand. Here's another thing you can do. Open your jaw until you hear a click in your ear. You'll feel it. And you'll feel it open. You'll feel your ear open, your jaw open, you'll feel your throat open, and you'll feel your heart open. It's really exciting. So you actually have the experience of what it feels like to have an open throat and heart chakra. Just like that. So simple. So when you feel like before you have to say something, do that. Take a breath, a sigh, opening here, opening the jaw. 3 or 4 times does the trick. The other thing that helps is that you can write, because it's not just about speaking, it's about expression. So you can write. And here's something very interesting. The throat chakra is connected to the second chakra, which is the seat of your creativity. So if this gets blocked, your creativity gets blocked. And that's a bummer. That's like being constipated on an energetic level. It's like, I know I gotta go express something and it's just not coming. So what you can do is you can color, you can paint with your hands, you can close your eyes and express, you can doodle with your eyes closed with pens in both hands, because you're expressing. It's not words that we need, it's to release energy. So you can color and paint and scribble and draw how you feel. And then when you open your eyes, you actually might see something pretty interesting. You actually, with your eyes closed as you're coloring, painting, and drawing, images come up. So then look at what you're doing and interpret it like sort of like an interpretive piece of art that came from your inner self, and it's speaking to you. So that's something very exciting. And in the future, I will actually go through a whole exercise with this on one of my tutorials here on YouTube, so you'll really enjoy that. So what are the benefits when you open your throat chakra? First, it's like not being energetically constipated. You just feel like, open. You speak freely. You hear both the communication of others at a deeper level. You receive what they really mean and not get hung up on words, especially understanding people aren't very good with words. You become intuitive. So you become also telepathic. You start to tune in very accurately, and you start to be guided telepathically, especially toward things you're seeking or wanting to find. It's such a joy, and I'll talk more about this when I start opening the heart chakra, because when we work these together, it's a game changer. You actually think less, and the goal is to get to a point where your head is quiet altogether. Can you imagine? So you're present. That's really the biggest gift. You're present and available to what is true and authentic for you, and that's the big reward. So try these things and leave a comment. Tell me how you feel about it, if it worked or not worked. Give it a real go, and when you open your jaw and you make the sigh, let the sound out. Now, just before I finish, I want to show you something really surprising and pretty intense, but it always unblocks the heart chakra or the throat chakra. I want you to take your hand, thump your chest, pull your belly into your spine as hard as you can, like you're uncorking a champagne bottle, and go, ha! And see, it was like that. And that just expels all the contraction. And then, so wasn't that fun? Okay, I hope this helps you. Again, please join me, subscribe. If you want to know more about the chakras, I wrote a beautiful book called True Balance. It has all kinds of terrific remedies for you, all kinds of things that work that fast, because who's got time to make it complicated? And you get instant results. So check out my book, True Balance. I actually have an online course for that too, so you can find that on my website, True Balance. And also subscribe, because I have a lot more fun things to share with you in the future. And in the meantime, thanks for listening, and I send you all my love. Bye, everyone.